You can't bypass it. You have to go through it. You have to. Ooh, it has been a rough 2 weeks for me. 2 weeks ago, I unfortunately suffered a miscarriage that, yeah. I went through all the feelings that come with a miscarriage. It was like a 4-day event. My miscarriage started on a Monday, and then it ended with a surgery on Thursday. And so it was a very drawn out and traumatic event for me. And I tried to cut God out of the process. In me trying to wrap my head around everything and just process it and like going through the motions, and I try to handle it the best way that I could by myself. And during that time, I was bitter, I was resentful, I was sad, I was angry. And it wasn't until I allowed God to come in. See, I'm almost happy that I went through that because I was allowed to see God in a different way. I've known God to be a healer. I've known God to be a deliverer. I've known him to be a rescuer. I've known him to be a defender that fights for me. But going through this, it allowed me to get to know God differently. I got to know God as a comforter. In a space where I was without comfort and I was grieving the loss of a child that I wanted so bad, God responded with reassurance. It was everything that I did not know that I needed. And so my message for you today is that you cannot bypass the process. You have to go through it. The Bible taught me during this time. I was in the shower and all of a sudden a scripture came to my mind, and I was like, okay, when I get out of the scripture, I'm going to read that. But the book of Romans says that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. And man, that meant everything to me in a time where I was suffering, going through the loss of a child. I suffered. I was... But in that, I can say that once I allow God into the process, I can say today that, I'm not mourning, I'm not grieving anymore. I can smile right now and I can feel like okay right now because I didn't eat my way through the problem. I didn't drink my way through the problem. I didn't smoke my way through the problem. I didn't sleep my way through the problem. I grieved, I cried, I was angry, I was bitter, but ultimately I cried out and I laid it at my Father's feet, and my Father just held me and reassured me, and everything is okay. You got to go through it.